The upcoming stories can all be found in various religious texts, but the atheist content creators telling the stories are drunk. So, whilst the stories are genuine, the details may be embellished. A little. Welcome to Holy Spirits. And so Lisa the Rainbow Giraffe said that if you have a cup, it have to runneth dry. And I don't have a cup, I have a bottle, but I'm drinking and down yours and more hen. That is my communion.
More hen.
Thank you for saying it correctly. You said it with two O's rather than M-O-R-E, which some people do, and that's very annoying.
Yeah, you can tell from the pronunciation.
Yeah, you can.
It's like more versus
more hen.
More
hen.
Can you tell how many O's I put into that? More.
If you say like the ooh long enough, you know there's more than one O in that. You know.
I'm gonna go to the zoo one time. I'm gonna find some zoo that has more hens and be like, "Is that the moor hen?"
What a terrible zoo if they've got British waterfowl in it. Like not even British zoos have more hens in them. What a terrible place. Don't go there.
No, but I'll go in all seriousness and say that's a moor hen, and then just listen to people say like, "What the fuck did you just say?" Like, yeah, it's a moor hen.
Is that a moor hen? No, it's a rhino, you weirdo.
Everything is a moor hen. Let's say Satan personally took you out into the wilderness.
Yes.
What would he have to tempt you with for you to just give in?
Nothing. Like, because out of the two that like the supernatural beliefs, I feel like Satan is the better of the two. If you look at like the Bible and see the kill count, which comes up fairly often, I feel like Satan has got far fewer kills than God. So he's the better of the two to hang around with anyway. But like there's all this stuff about if you go to hell, Satan's gonna like sodomize you and all this stuff. He's gonna punish you for not believing in God. But really, if you think about it, Satan and God are not friends, right? I don't think they're friends. I think that's why there's this whole battle with them. If you go down to hell and you say to Satan, "Oh, I didn't like God either," he's not going to go, "Oh, fuck you," and then like rub his cock in your bum. He's going to go, "Oh, we should be friends because I don't like that guy either." So if you don't like God and you end up in hell, you're going to have the best time and it's warm, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if God really wanted to torture you, he could just send you to Wales, and there you go.
You could live with sheep for the rest of your life. Hello, I am John the Skeptic, the British floating circle that sometimes takes on meat form, and I am drinking Peroni before I tell you the story of how Jesus may or may not have been tempted by Satan in the wilderness. And this, I think, is a story that comes from Matthew, Mark, and Luke, but not John. And why not John? Well, John was busy with Jesus, baptizing him. And if you've seen the Book of Mormon, you know that is one of the best songs of the show. I'm gonna baptize you. It's honestly, go and check out that show because it's so good. But that's why John didn't write this story, because he was too busy dunking Jesus in some liquids to go, which I think is stupid anyway, because he's already the Son of God. Why does he need to be baptized in the eyes of the God? Doesn't make sense. Like, surely if you're already holier than thou, you don't need to be dunked. So that is stupid. Whatever. John was. It's also, isn't it a good job that John was a Baptist and not like a butcher or a baker? Like, because otherwise he would have butchered Jesus in the name of a god, or he would have made him into a cake. So stupid. But anyway, John baptized Jesus and then said to the Holy Spirit, probably, oh, I've done it. He's been dunked. So now what? And then the Holy Spirit, who is also Jesus and the God, but Jesus is also the God and the Holy Spirit, which is fucking confusing, said, oh, you need to go into the wilderness and go and chill out for 40 days and 40 nights. Oh, yet again, there's more 40 days and 40 nights. What is the Bible's obsession with these numbers? Who cares? It doesn't matter. Jesus goes into the wilderness and he's just walking around for 40 days and 40 nights. He's not allowed to eat anything. He's not even allowed to drink from a stream of any water, but that, which is stupid as well, because you know, scientifically, you can't go more than, is it like 3-4 days, 14 hours maybe without liquid, right? So how, if he's the Son of God and he can go 40 days without even drinking water, it's not really a task because he can survive. So it's like, what's the point of him even fasting? Because it doesn't do anything. He's just a man walking around pretending to be whatever. He was walking around and he's sitting in the wilderness, and maybe like there's some squirrels coming up to him, and it's a bit like Snow White, and there's no dwarves. So poor Jesus is just talking to squirrels and like, hey, do you want to bury some nuts? And the squirrel's like, well, I'm a top, so no. But Jesus is like, well, I'm a top too. I might go bottom for the right person, but if you want to bury these nuts, whatever. You go a bit crazy when you're in the woods. And I'm guessing the wilderness means woods. I feel like whenever I hear wilderness, I hear like Hansel and Gretel. There's a lady in a gingerbread house, but that didn't happen in these times because that was way after the stories of the Bible. Anyway, Jesus is sitting in the woods, and Satan is just going on a walk. He's had a really shit time because he's just broken up with Saddam Hussein. If you've seen the first South Park movie, and then recently he was in a relationship with Donald Trump, who has a very tiny penis. If you watch that episode of South Park, so Satan is having like a really terrible time. He's gone through 2 awful breakups. Obviously, Satan, you've seen the size of him. He is a definite top. There's no way he would ever be a bottom, but he's lost his 2 bottoms, one of whom has a very, very tiny penis. And so he's just, oh man. Because I think Saddam Hussein got thrown back into hell and then like eaten by the spirits. I don't know how Satan and Donald Trump ever broke up, because we haven't got to that point yet as of the time of recording this, that Donald Trump and Satan broke up. But whatever. I don't know if you can use all this because it's talking politics. Whatever, it's a comedy channel. Sorry, Donald Trump. I'm not sorry. You're a twat. Anyway, Satan is disappointed. He's broken up with his 2 loves, who are great bottoms, and he's just walking through the wilderness, and he sees this skinny guy who hasn't eaten for like 40 days and 40 nights. He's like, that dude might be a good bottom, because apparently he's also American. Satan. I mean, that makes sense given that he was in a relationship with Donnie. Anyway, so he's like, oh, that guy, I'm gonna go and ask him if he wants to be my new bottom. And so he walks up to Jesus, and Jesus is just sitting there like, man, I'm so fucking bored. Why 40 days and 40 nights? Why? It's such a stupid number. I just want to go and do like Son of God things. I just want to go heal some people and play on Xbox. I know that GTA 6 is coming out soon, so I want to finish GTA 5 before that happens. Satan comes up to him and goes, oh, hey, you look kind of cute, but skinny because you haven't eaten for 40 days, but you're a god. So I don't know why that would have any like impact on your life anyway, but whatever. I need a new bottom because Saddam Hussein and Donald Trump have both left me. And Jesus is like, I am not being your bottom. I am the Son of God. There is no, if anything, if we were to get in a relationship, I would be a top. And Satan's like, have you seen the size of me? And Jesus is like, oh, well, yeah, no, you are kind of tall. Okay, let's have a conversation. Satan's like, you prove to me that you're the son of a god. And Jesus is like, okay, you ready for a miracle? And he does that thumb trick. He's like, look at that. Look, oh, I put my thumb off. Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh, look, miracle. And Satan's like, I can do that. And I can also do the trick where you take 2 red cards and you give them to people and they turn into black cards. I'm a proper magician too. And he's like, Jesus is like, shit. How am I going to prove to this man that not man, whatever he is, like this red beast, how am I going to prove to him that I'm the son of a god? And Satan says, I have got the 3 best trials. I'm going to go and get some stones. And so Jesus is like, yes, I love getting stoned. And Satan's like, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm going to get some stones. And he goes and finds like some little stones. He's Satan. He's had a rough ride. He's, Saddam Hussein and Donald Trump have broken up with him. He's feeling sad. He goes and finds like a handful of stones. He says, if you're the son of God, you prove it by turning these stones into bread. And Jesus is like, I'm meant to be fasting, you prick. I am not turning any stones into bread. Like you are not going to mess with my whole dietary regime that I've got planned. And I wrote it down in a like diet book. So I'm sticking to it. You're not going to trick me. I'm not turning these stones into bread because that will make me hungry. And I'm not doing that. So it's like, shit. How else am I going to get him to prove that he's the son of God? And so Jesus is like, well, this is on you, buddy. I'm just trying to like exist here. Satan goes, I've got an idea. And they're in the middle of the wilderness, but they walk like 20 miles away. And there's suddenly a huge tower in the middle of the wilderness. That's convenient. And so Satan says to Jesus, hey, you should climb up that tower and you should jump off. And if you're the son of a god, you will fly, or angels will catch you, or like something magic will happen. And Jesus is like, I've seen how this ends. I am not jumping off that tower. If you want me to prove that I'm the son of a god, I'm not doing it that way. Look at my magic thumb trick. Here's proof. Whoop, 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 whoop. See? Magic. And Satan's like, shit. I'm never going to get this guy to prove to me he's the son of a god. And he says, I have got it. Here's what we're going to do. If you worship me, Satan, and you let me give you a pearl necklace and a facial, chisel over your face and your neck, I will let you have all of this land. Which, like, let's just jump away from that for a second. Why would Satan give Jesus all of the land that was around when apparently that's what the god made? Did the gods just like sign over? It's like, I don't want to own this anymore. It's too much responsibility. I'm going to give it to Satan. Here you go. Here's the deeds for earth. Here you go, Satan. You now own it. I don't think that happened. So I don't know. Was Satan lying? Did God just like give it all up? Or is this all fabricated? I think the latter is true. Anyway, Satan said, if you worship me, then I will give you all of this land. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. He was pretending to be Mufasa at this point, and he sat down and Simba, everything the light touches is our kingdom. Do they say king? Now, I think I Mandela effect sometimes with this, and I'm not sure if Mufasa says is our home or our kingdom. Somebody needs to Google that because I'm not sure. But Satan tries that trick on Jesus, and Jesus is like, I am not giving in to this temptation. I am the son of a god, and also the God, but also the Holy Spirit that gives messages from the God. I am not falling for this. And Satan's like, shit. I really thought I was going to find a bottom for my new relationship. And then Satan just skulks off, and Jesus is like, yes, I don't have to take it up the backside from Satan because I heard that dude is hung. And Satan then he goes to Washington, D.C. and he finds Donald Trump. He's like, hey, Donnie, I'm sorry. Like, we probably should give this another go. I know that your penis is tiny, but that's okay because I'm the top in this relationship. Boom. And Jesus didn't give in to temptation. And that is a good moral. Do not give in to invisible temptation. The end.